Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is now in session. We have an announcement docket scheduled for 9 a.m. on today's date of April 20 to 2022. The first case that we're calling is cause number 329776. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Claire Elizabeth Arrington. Ms. Arrington, is that your full name?
Yes, Your Honor.
How are you doing, Ms. Arrington?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Arrington, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney James Padgett. Attorney Padgett, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. The state is represented by Attorney Blake Ham. Attorney Ham, how are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Attorney Padgett, what is your announcement in Ms. Arrington's case?
Yes, Your Honor. I received an offer from Mr. Ham on Monday. Our intentions are to dispose of this case. If you could put it on your plea docket, I just need to have my client contact me. I've been trying to reach her the last couple of days and I've been unsuccessful. So if she's there in person, if you could have her contact me this afternoon sometime, I would like to review the offer as well as the discovery that I've received.
Okay, she's shaking her head. She heard everything that you had to say. Give us-
Sounds good.
give us-
June 6th.
Okay, this case will be reset for June 6th of 2022. Ms. Arrington, your attorney will be given a copy of your reset. Your attorney, your bondsman, are you gonna stay in contact with your attorney, your bondsman? You're gonna get a copy of your reset here in court. Once you get a copy of your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Ms. Arrington, please stand on the X in front of our court coordinator for your reset. And okay. The next case is Isaiah Membrace. The court is in session in cause number 321908-2. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Isaiah Kyrie Membrace. Mr. Membrace, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Membrace?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Membrace, you're represented by your attorney, Attorney James Padgett, who is present via Zoom. Mr. Padgett, what is your announcement in this case?
I spoke to Mr. Ham about this case the other day, Your Honor. I was under the impression that we had already disposed of it. Are we set on the announcement docket today?
Yes, I see something saying somebody hearing 10 a.m. That's on my docket sheet. I don't.
Yes, I have no idea. I did not receive notice of a 10 a.m. hearing. And I spoke to Mr. Ham about that on Monday as well. And
That's
I'm not sure.
Could be
He
some
couldn't
old
figure
notes.
it out either.
Yeah, it could be some old notes.
Because-
What is your announcement in Mr. Membrace's case?
Quite frankly, Your Honor, I need to do a little research on it because I thought that we had disposed of the case. And I'm not sure what the hearing's about either, but if you could just give us 30 days, I haven't spoken to my client since our last setting. And I'll try to get with Mr. Ham. I do have I think he had pulled up.
Mr. Padgett, I was just informed that it was set for a hearing for early release. So he's currently.
Okay, I've not been noticed of that. And
Okay,
of course, it's a little bit of a surprise to me. And I spoke to Mr. Ham about that the other day because I said,
Okay.
I thought our case was closed and. Go ahead.
okay. We'll reset it for 30 days. Give us a reset date. Okay, this case is gonna be reset for June 6th of 2022. Mr. Membrace, you can get a copy of reset. Once you get your reset from our court coordinator, you'll be free to go. Mr. Padgett, we'll send notice to you. Okay, and this is your last
Thank
case,
you,
Mr.
sir.
Padgett. All right, Mr. Padgett, this is your last case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
You have a blessed day too. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. Mr. Membrace, have a seat in that chair with that black and yellow tape. And when you finish, when she finished with the lady at the window, you're gonna go to. Next case is cause number 331406. Case is style, the state of Texas versus Stephen Anthony Sampson Jr. Mr. Sampson is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Sampson, you can take your mic off of mute. Mr. Sampson, how are you doing?
Very well.
That's good. Mr. Sampson, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Dustin Galmore. Attorney Galmore is also appearing via Zoom. Attorney Galmore, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Galmore, what is your announcement in Mr. Sampson's case? Do we have
Your Honor, we need another announcement date. We have not finished getting all of the discovery and videos in this case.
Okay. Could you just, hold on a minute. Clause number 331406. Could you reach me that blue tablet? Mr. Galmore, I noticed that we just checked. Mr. Sampson is charged with a DWI second, and you did not have any bond conditions in his file. So at this time, the court is going to give Mr. Sampson some bond conditions via
Okay.
Zoom.
Yes,
And
sir.
then we'll send these conditions to you, and you could give them to your client.
Yes, sir, I
And
will.
Mr. Sampson, please pay attention. The court is going to give you bond conditions. Our bond conditions read, standard bond conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. Following the arrest and or accusation in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein or ordered, subject to the following additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Mr. Sampson, do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir, I sure do.
Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who, A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs or alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submits to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body. And that's pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, Section A2 and Section C2. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir, I sure do.
Now, condition number 3 does not apply to you. So condition number 4 does apply to you because you have a DWI second, which is an offense. It's a subsequent offense listed under Section 49.04 through 4906 of the Texas Penal Code. And condition number 4 reads as follows. A defendant who has been arrested or accused of any subsequent offense listed under Section 49.04 through 4906 of the Texas Penal Code shall not operate any motor vehicle unless the vehicle is equipped with an interlock device mechanism that makes impractical the operation of the vehicle if ethyl alcohol is detected in the breath of the operator. And said device shall be installed at the defendant's expense with written verification of such installation being submitted to the court on or before the 10th day after today. Mr. Sampson, do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir, I sure do.
Okay. Now, Mr. Sampson, these bond conditions will be given to your attorney. Now, Mr. Sampson, if you violate any one of these bond conditions, your bond may be revoked. And if your bond is revoked, that just simply means that the court can issue a warrant for your arrest. You could be arrested and put in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, I sure do.
Okay, so Mr. Sampson, your attorney will be given a copy of these bond conditions to give to you. And you will get that information, I guess the contract to your attorney. Your attorney is going to get it to the court, and we'll place that in your files, showing that you have installed an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. Okay, so at this time, Mr. Sampson, your case is going to be reset. Could you give us a reset date?
June 6th.
Mr. Sampson, your case is going to be reset to June 6th of 2022. Your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice of your reset date. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Galmore, I think this is your only case, so you are free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Yes, Judge. Thank you very much. You too.
Thank you. You're welcome. Joel Espinoza. That's who she's from. Okay, this is cause numbers 329-052 and cause number 329-640. Both cases are styled of State of Texas versus Joel Espinoza. We have in our court, Miss Jennifer Araji, who is our interpreter. Ms. Araji, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Araji, do you swear or affirm to interpret Spanish to English and English to Spanish? So help you God?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, you may put your hand down. Ask Mr. Espinoza if his full name is Joel Espinoza.
Yes.
Mr. Espinoza, how are you doing?
Good.
Okay. Tell Mr. Espinoza that his attorney, Mr. Justice Araji, the court has been informed that he's in the hospital and he will not be here today, so his case is going to be reset. Give him, we're gonna reset it for about 60 days.
60 days.
Yeah. What was that? What, August 3rd? Okay, tell Mr. Espinoza that his case is gonna be reset to August 3rd of 2022. And his attorney and his bonds are gonna get a copy of his reset. You need to stay in contact with them. And he's gonna go to the window and get his reset. Once he get his reset, he'll be free to go and tell him to have a blessed day. Okay,
Thank
he can go to, okay, thank you. Next case. Oh, what happened to his client? Ms. Bork was on there. It was Barbara Bork. She was on there. Now she's not. Mr. Kelly.
Judge, Barbara just texted me that her computer died. She's present. She's just trying to log back in. I'm here, obviously, and she was just logged in a moment ago.
Yeah, I saw her. Okay, so we'll just hold on that.
Okay, I'm here, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay.
Maybe she could just call.
Yeah, or